Good morning, everyone. Yeah, very good morning. So, shall we begin the session? Yes, in the last class we have started with this one, or we are sorry, in the last class we have finished with this project designing evaluation. Now we have finished all the 16 modules. Now we are going to, we can say, do the revision of each and every module. So, first and foremost, revision of this module only, that is the designing education project or the project designing and the evaluation. So let's start with the revision. Let's start with the main introduction of this project, or this we can say the module, that is designing the education project. How to design the education project, what is the main basics of the education project, how it is carrying out. There is a comprehensive approach to the need assessment, project planning, and the implementation and evaluation. What is the main project evaluation? What is the main need assessment? That is the project evaluation and the implementation that is also carried out. That is also carried out with the data. That is also carried out with the instructions. So that is the need assessment, project planning, implementation, and the evaluation. That also includes what are the various basics of the evaluation, what are the various levels of the evaluation, why we are using the evaluation, why there is a need for the evaluation, or there is a need for the need assessment, or there is a need for the assessment. Next is a project planning, implementation, evaluation. What is a project planning? How to do the evaluation, how to do the implementation, how to do the needfulness of the project planning. So that is the need assessment, project planning, and the implementation and the evaluation. So let's begin with this one. Let's begin with the just overview of this. That's the comprehensive approach to the need assessment, project planning, implementation, and the evaluation. Now, what are the various table of the content? That is the introduction. Part one is the need assessment, then project planning, evaluation. That we have blah blah blah. We have started about this. Now let's talk about the introduction. Why we are using the introduction? What are the various time effort? What are the various we can say the reasonable amount that is considered that is used as a project planning, development, and design. Started with the various manual. What are the various manual that is considered that is used as the various manual? So why should we use this manual? That be developed to minimize to help the project managers and the developer. That is how to use the project, how to gather the product. That is very much simple project that is used with the project manager, and there is a systematic approach to the overall plan. The systematic approach that is followed up with the with the various data. That is used with the various data. So what are the various agencies that is used the manual? So they are manual that is used in the project planning and the decision making, implementation, and the evaluation technique. And this information is intended to answer the questions about the project development process and can be used as an overall project improvement tool. So it will be used as a overall project management tool that will be used as a manual, and the systematic approach. There's a systematic approach that is carried out that is used with the education project, that is used with the project during the development process. That is also a new level of the excellence or the new era of the excellence that is available, and the manual works through the basics of the need assessment, project planning, implementation. What's over the implementation phase? That is also carried out with the project planning, that is also carried out with the evaluation phase, and that information is intended to answer the question, whatever the question that is followed out. So that is used to intended the questions about the project development process and to be used as an overall project development tool. So that tool will be used as an overall project management tool that is used as a project development process and can be used as an overall project development tool. And then the systematic approach to the overall project planning and the implementation process that is also outlined. And when we use when we talk about the education coordinator, that are also encouraged to take a step back and make considered decisions that will result in the increased performance or the increased effectiveness. So whenever we are increasing, or whenever there is a result in the increased effectiveness, that is also the manual, that is also the level of the satisfaction that has been carried out. And specifically, using the process described in this manual will help you match the agency need and the capability, what are the various agency needs and the capabilities, how to set the realistic and the meaningful goals, objective and the outcome. So how to set the goals, how to set the realistic meaningful goals, what are the objective that is carried out. Then use unlimited resources wisely in the sense smoothly. So whatsoever the resources that is available, so use that resources in an efficient and the perfect manner. Then design the effective and the sustainable project. So whatsoever the project, whatsoever the effective and the sustainable project that will be used, that are designed with the best practices in the mind, that are more effective, we can say, that are more relevant with the data, that are more relevant with the continuous project improvement, that becomes integral to the process, and evaluation is not left to the end. Then stakeholders also needs whatsoever the stakeholder that also needs with the address throughout, and the credibility is also built up. And when we talk about the decision maker, so that others also see and meaningful partnership also established with the data, and the projects are truly sustainable. So whatsoever the project, whatsoever the data that is also used, so that is also sustainable project that is also carried out with the designs. The next one is enhance the learning process. Whatsoever the learning process, whatsoever the enhancement that is used, whatsoever the designing that is used with the enhancing the learning process. And so in the end, education projects are developed because of the learners, and projects are developed because we want participants to gain the specific knowledge and the skills. Whatsoever the participant knowledge, whatsoever the skill that we are using, so that is used with the specific knowledge and the skills. And the education projects are developed to promote the public safety and the development of environmental and the scientific literacy. Whatsoever the scientific literacy, whatsoever the data that is carried out, so that is used with the literacy. So we are enhancing the learning process that is being used as a process to develop the project, to develop the careful attention that is used with the design and implementation of the project. Now, next one is how to design the effective and the sustainable project. So one is taking the recruitment or taking the requirement, we can say, then designing, then enhance the learning process. Now, next is a word about the programs and the project. What is a program? What is a project? So in everyday speech, we are talking about the program. We are talking about the project that is being carried out, or that is used as a hear about someone talk about the NONA or the NOAA education project program that is used, that will be used for the presentation for given or the given group of the fifth education or fifth grade student at local schools to be described as a program. And similarly, it is also unusual to hear the projects in the program used interchangeably. How it is using the program, how it is going to change the program, how it is going to develop the program with the data. With the data, with the similar project, with the designing of the project, with the here of the project. So whatsoever the data that is available, so for the purpose of clarity and the consistency, program and project are used in a specific manner in a distinct way, that they are not the same, the program and the project, but they differ from requirement to requirement, they are differ from design to design. And program also derived directly from the agency missions and also represent a coordinated emergency or coordinated systematic efforts to address the mission. And program also support NOAA strategic planning and the set of the projects taken together that also reinforce a program. So whenever we are talking about the projects, whenever we are talking about the group of the project, that means grouping of various projects that is taken together that also reinforce a program. That program will be carried out, that program will be developed in an emergency, that will be carried out with the data, that will be carried out with the technical resources, whatsoever the technical resources we are carrying out. So program derived directly from the agency missions and also represent a coordinated and the systematic effort to address that mission. And program also support the NOAA strategic plan, whatsoever the NOAA strategic plan and the goals, and the set of the project, set of the goals taken together to reinforce a program. In turn, a series of the activities, whatsoever the series of the activities that are also devised to address the project goals and the objectives. So program and projects are not the same, but they are used in interchangeably sometime, but that is not correct, because we are using the program, we are taking out the program, we are taking out the project in a different manner, program in a different manner.
Next one is project development as a cycle. What is the project development that is used as a cycle? How to use the project development cycle, or how to gain the access to the cycle. So project development requires a commitment to the systematic, iterative process of the assessment, design, implementation, and the evaluation. So whenever we are taking out the commitment to a systematic, iterative process, designing, implementation, and the evaluation. And whatever the process or whether the process is described using a flowchart or through the test, it is also important to remember that the process is not linear. The process is not linear in the sense process is not accurate, not linear. And although each stage or the phase of the project can be described with the various stages that are not discrete, and these steps also overlap and interrelated with each other, that provides a dynamic and the flexible guidelines for developing effective project efficiency. And project development is a cyclical process in which the results of one phase become the starting product of the next phase. The result of one phase becomes the starting product of the next phase because outcome of the one is becoming the input for the another. And at each step in the process, the project team reflects on the decision, whatsoever the decision and the activities that have gone to on before and assess their success, the need for the course corrections, underlying the project planning and implementation, that is also a premise of the learning, how the project works and also take continuously throughout the process, and how the learning is fed is back into the system. And this is also the project LI that is used with the project development cycle. So first one is a need assessment, then there is a design, then there is a implementation evaluation. So first of all, we have to assess the needs, then taken out the design part, that is the designing part is taken out with the data, that is the design, then implementing means how to implement that scenario, how to implement that one, then evaluate in the sense how to evaluate, we can say how to judge, how to experience the records. So first one is a need assessment. The next one is a design. The next one is a implement. Next one is a evaluate. So these are the four cycles. We can say that the four tools or four links. Sorry. So these are the four links, four stages that is used in the project development cycle. First one is a need assessment. The next one is a design. Next one is a implement. Next one is a evaluate. So each and every step in the process, project team reflects on the decision and the activities that have gone on before and assess the success, needs for the course correction, for the underlying project planning, implementation, that is also a premise, that learning, how the project works, takes place continuously throughout the program, throughout the process, and learning is one of the fed that is back into the system. Fed back in the sense getting back into the system whatsoever the resources that is going out. Now, how is the manual organized? So this manual organized into four parts. That is, first one is a need assessment, how to need assessment or how to use a need assessment. So part number one is a need assessment. Then part number two is a project planning and the implementation. So first is need assessment. We have to carry out the need assessment. Then next one is the project planning and implementation. First of all, we have to plan the project. Then we have to implement the project. So then is project planning and the implementation. So first is the need assessment, that is a need gathering. The next one is a project planning and the implementation, how to plan out the concept, how to use the concept, how to assess or how to implement that. So first is a need assessment, then next one is a project planning and the implementation, the next one is a project evaluation, then data collection instrument. So these are the four methods, these are the four stages that is used. So part number one is a need assessment, then project planning and the implementation, project evaluation, then data collection instruments. So this is a top model programming staircase that is used. So there are multiple stages that is used. There are multiple stage. So first one is for the project development. This is the one stage. This is the one part. This is the project evaluation. So there is the CASA, SEE, reactions, participation, activities, practices, resources. So this starts from SEE, go till here, then resources, go till here. So this is from up to the down, then down to the up. And this is also used with the education project, with the education research project that are used to demonstrate different project planning method, different evaluation concept, and the approaches that is used with the concept that is used with the various scenarios. Then next one is a part number one, need assessment, how to assess the needs or how to get the part. So we have done already this one. So there's an assessment, there is a revision that is going on with this one. So we're going to carry out this revision with this in the next class, that is in the tomorrow's class. So that's all for today's session. Thank you so much everyone for listening me. If there is any doubts, any confusion, you can ask the doubts. Thanks a lot everyone. Bye bye. We will meet tomorrow with the same, that is a revision of the project planning division, project designing, planning, evaluation, whatsoever the concept that is using out. All right. So, all right, everyone. Bye bye.